Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting it funny? What's going on, people? Okay, this is being reported on August the 16th, 2017. A district man found not guilty in the fatal stabbing of a transgender woman at the bus stop. Now, a D.C. man was acquitted on Wednesday of all charges in connection of the fatal stabbing of a transgender woman at a bus stop in Northeast Washington back in 2012. After a week-long trial, D.C. Superior Court jury spent nearly two days deliberating before they declared Gary Montgomery, 60 years old, not guilty in the slaying of a 20-year-old Deoni Jones. Now, prosecutors argued that Montgomery became infatuated with Miss Jones when he saw her at the bus stop for the first time on the night of February the 2nd, 2012, as they said at the bus stop in the 4900 block of East Capitol Street Northeast. Now, Jones ignored the stares as he stared at her and spurned as far as Montgomery stabbed her in a rage, prosecutor contended. But Montgomery's attorney argued that the police had arrested the wrong man and that although Montgomery was at the bus stop that evening, he had left Jones sitting there. He had sitting there minutes before another person had arrived and plunged a kitchen knife into her right temple. After the jury four-person delivered a not guilty verdict, Jones' mother and sister ran out of the courtroom in tears. He killed my baby, and you let him go. Judy Jones, as one of her daughters tried to confront her. Jones' scream were so loud that people nearby courtrooms poured into the hallways to find out what was going on. Also standing nearby were the four juries, three wiping away their tears while watching Jones sobbing. These juries pointed out several issues that led to the decision as far as acquitted. There were no DNA evidence presented, no eyewitnesses to the attack. A security video showed Montgomery limping as he went to the bus stop and sat beside Jones. But the four jurors said what convinced them that Montgomery was not the killer was a 4-minute segment as far as the grimy security video, which did not show Montgomery or Jones. When Jones reappeared on the camera, Montgomery attorneys argued that the client had returned and when Jones reappeared on the camera, Montgomery attorney argued that their client never returned and instead the killer appeared at the bus stop. We just couldn't get around the 4-minute gap, one jury said. There just wasn't enough evidence, one jury said. We looked over every piece of evidence. We had charts, we reviewed every statement in the video. There was nothing that indicated that he was the killer. Another jury said it was likely Jones was killed for being transgender, but there was no evidence tagging Montgomery as the killer. I know this result will withhold closure with the victim's family, and I'm sorry for that, the jury said. I just wish there was a significant evidence as far as convince me beyond a reasonable doubt. During the jury, Assistant U.S. Attorney Jennifer and David played numerous security videos and pointed on several witnesses who testified seeing Montgomery at the bus stop. One witness said Montgomery kept staring at Jones as she ignored him. As they looked for the killer's, detective released security video from nearby restaurant, which led several people to identify Montgomery as the man walking to the bus stop as he was arrested. Prosecutors also played a police video in which Montgomery talked about how he had a crush that the pretty lady at the bus stop. Now, David and Monica on the district public defender service argued that Montgomery was using street slang for flirting and detectives took advantage of him by charging him with
the murder at the age of 55 and with a history of mental illness. The government didn't care about getting it right. They only cared about getting a conviction, Knight told the jury during the closing arguments. Montgomery attorney played a security video from a different restaurant near the bus stop in minutes after Jones killing them that the man showed that the man Jones killing that showed a man in a black jacket and a gray sweatshirt minutes after Jones' killing. Now, a bystander in the car that night had described the type of clothing of a man the bystander had pursued but lost in the darkness. Montgomery was wearing a light brown jacket that evening, his attorneys argued. As the verdict was read, Montgomery showed no reaction. The judge, Lynn, ordered Montgomery released from custody. He had been a patient at St. Elizabeth Hospital, the district psychiatric facility, since the arrest. The case took more than 5 years to make it to trial, after extended back and forth as to whether Montgomery was competent to stand trial. Someone put, does the case now get reopened, or do they shrug and let some nut with a knife get away with it? Someone else put, what's the point of security cameras if it's too grimy to show who it is filming? Someone else put, yes, most likely this individual was stabbed by a passing stranger rather than the crazy guy who seemed sitting with her at the bus stop and staring at her after being ignored. According to eyewitness, I suppose there must be quite common occurrence. I would really think twice about taking a bus in D.C. Someone else put, even though I want to see the killer convicted and put away for life, I have to commend the jury for being so conscientious about truly their civil duty. Someone else put, the jury did the right thing. The government simply could not provide its case beyond a reasonable doubt. There had been a reasonable doubt, so they had to acquit. This is the American system, and it works. Yeah, I know it looks so suspicious. Well, the government just had to try the case. It actually had not the case it wished it had. Someone else put, well, that sucks. And the cops don't appear to have any leads either. Wow. So as you saw, I just read the feedback as far as the comments, in reference to this killing of this beautiful woman that was killed, 23 years old, Miss Jones, killed at a bus stop waiting to go somewhere. Remind you, it wasn't even late, wasn't even late at all. She was murdered. This is crazy. But this is back in 2012 and 2017. And she was murdered. She was sitting next to a man with mental disorder. And they're saying that even though he stared at her and was hitting on her and everything, he didn't know it. And they took him to St. Elizabeth Hospital, the district psychiatric facility, since his arrest. Anyway, I just want to share this with you as far as this, and like I said before, be safe, people. And always keep when you're out in public, like I said, I said before, stay woke. Watch everybody around you, everything around you. Don't turn your back, lean your back against a wall, and stay aware of everything around you. Everybody smiles in your face is not your friend. I don't know if she knew whether it was coming from, where it happened, or how this happened. All we do know, this girl is dead. And the family, you're in my prayers and stuff. And I would love to hear feedback on this. I want to let you know I love you. And I want to thank you for watching Catch the Rave.